Hello, how are you? So looking forward to meeting you and telling you another story. How are you all? How are my little fellows? Well, I missed you, and it's lovely to see your eager faces. So let's get started. This time I have a story called The Boy Who the Boy Who Cried Wolf. You all know what wolves are, don't you? Yes, it's a good boy. All right. So now this story is about a boy being naughty just to have fun, but he did not realize that this could harm others and animals. So it's okay to be naughty and play pranks, but you have to regard respect for elders and not do something that can harm people or hurt people. So let's see what happens here. Well, there was a young boy who lived in a village. He wasn't very old, but he had a very important job, and that was he was a shepherd. As you can see, a shepherd looks after goats, right? And animals in the villages and farms and valleys. All right. And his job was to guard the sheep from danger, especially wolves. The shepherd boy also had to make sure the sheep got plenty of food and exercise every day in order to give the sheep the exercise they needed. The boy took them to a nearby valley. Once they had walked there, the sheep would graze on the tasty green grass that grew there. The villagers trusted the shepherd to take good care of the sheep. The shepherd boy was never really all alone because the village people worked all around nearby. And if a wolf ever did attack, the people could come to the rescue. Now the villagers counted on this little shepherd boy to do his job. They never felt like that they had to ever check on him. They trusted him to do what he was supposed to do. So trust is a very important thing, and it's very important to win trust of people. Okay. Now every day the shepherd faithfully watched the sheep from his lookout post. He could also see the people hard at work. Some days they worked at the jobs in the village. Sometimes they did other chores. For the shepherd boy, every day was the same. He looked at the sheep. They looked the same every day. Then he looked out at the forest. It looked the same too. Well, he was happy most of the days just to do his job. But some days he wished that something exciting would happen. Wouldn't you like exciting things happening, having adventures? So he's quite like you. In his whole life, the boy had never seen a wolf come near the sheep. In fact, he had never even seen a wolf. Ooh. Some people told stories of hearing wolves howl. Ooh. But the boy never heard any howling. Sometimes he wondered if there really were any wolves. Okay, one day the shepherd tried to make things more exciting. He thought, maybe I can play some games with the sheep. He planned next day, and he smiled when he thought about the fun he was going to have the next day. The boy woke up bright and early that next morning. He ate his breakfast and then packed his bag for the day. He kissed his parents goodbye and hurried to take the sheep to the valley. As soon as he reached the green grass in the valley, shepherd boy tried to play games with the sheep. The sheep, however, had a different idea. They didn't want to play. They didn't want to play catch-catch. They weren't interested in trying to bounce the ball. They didn't even want to try to kick the ball. Obviously, they're not human children. All the sheep wanted to do was eat grass or take a nap. This isn't any fun at all, thought the shepherd boy. I'm sure you agree with that. Downhearted, the shepherd boy walked slowly back to his post. Alas, thought the boy, I just wanted to make things a little more exciting round here. Then something caught the corner of his eye. He could tell the wind was blowing because it made the tree tops move, sway. I wonder, he said, thinking out loud, what is on the other side of those trees? The boy smiled to himself. Would it be so bad to pretend there was a wolf? He thought this would be a good joke. Let's see what happens. As the sheep ate the grass, he cupped his hand near his mouth and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is stealing the sheep! Come help me! Help me!" All the village people stopped what they were doing and ran to help scare off the wolf. When they got there, they were very confused. The villagers did not find a wolf. And where was the shepherd? They were worried about him. What if the wolf had stolen the boy? They frantically began to search high and low to find him. A villager pointed to a tree and said, "There he is over there. Is he okay?" They saw he was not hurt. In fact, he was laughing. "You looked so funny running up there. For no reason, this was a great joke," laughed the boy. The villagers did not laugh. They had been very scared for the boy and the sheep. They did not feel like laughing at all. I'm not surprised. They shook their heads and said, "We have to get back to work now. We don't have time for pranks." The shepherd boy hardly heard a word they said. He was laughing too hard. Ha 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 ha. Okay, now let's see. At breakfast the next day, the boy's mother and father told him to be good. He nodded his head and left to tend the sheep. Soon, however, he was bored again. "Wolf! Wolf!" he shouted louder than the day before. "A wolf is stealing the sheep! Come, help me! Help me!" Again, the villagers came running. Again, there was no wolf in sight. This time, the village people were very upset. They told the boy, "If you don't tell people the truth all the time, they'll never know when to believe you. Is that right? I'll be right back."